In its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
From Harlem in New York City, it is I, Alex Bennett with the Ramble. There she is. There's Lori Thompson.
Hello.
You get to looking healthier every day.
Do I? Okay. Today I looked in the mirror and I thought, man, you need like a Botox truck to come to your house, Thompson. Yeah, I wish I could have somebody on retainer, so every week they'd stop by and say, oh, it looks okay still. And then one week they'd come by and go, oh my gosh, how have you been hiding?
Well, I had this old story I used to talk about. There was this guy named Jackie, called, was it Jackie? Was Jackie Coogan? Yeah, Jackie Coogan.
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah, and he was he was the kid in the movie The Kid with Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
And he was the cutest kid in America. All America loved this guy.
Adorable.
Okay? Adorable. Just absolutely adorable. All right? Okay, so far so good. Go to the later on in life. Mm-hmm. And he works as an actor throughout the years and finally winds up on the Addams Family.
Oh, my gosh.
As Uncle Fester.
That was him?
That was Jackie Coogan, the cutest kid in America.
Oh, my gosh. Well, at least he's still working.
Yeah, well, so I said to myself, I wonder what day he woke up, looked in the mirror, and said, what the fuck happened to me?
Yeah, because we all see ourselves with, our personal protective biases intact.
Right.
But I would, there's so many experiences I'd like for just one day. I'm not a pig about it, but, I'd like to be a guy for one day. I'd like to also see myself as other people see me for one day.
That would be nice, too. In other words, get outside of your body and look at you doing your daily stuff.
Yeah, I would really love that. See, if we could find a way to commodify, to make these experiences possible, and then to commodify them, money in our sleep.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. This is an issue. I never brought this up, and I haven't thought about this in years. Okay. But when you first heard yourself recorded, your voice recorded,
yeah,
what was your first reaction?
It's like, is that me?
Yeah, exactly.
It can't be me. Yeah.
Exactly. And you would have never recognized that voice if somebody just played it for you. Who's this? You wouldn't know.
No.
But
it's
cut to years later now. Do you recognize your voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't know what happened there where we suddenly went from not being able to recognize our voice to recognizing our voice and then knowing how to use it based on knowing how it sounds.
Yeah, and to change it too. Like when I started doing news, although my very first start was in news, but then I became a disc jockey and then back to news, and they said, lower your register. It makes you sound more authoritative. And I was 24 at the time, so I was like, okay, I'll sound, like one of those hot shot chicks, like, I don't think Diane Sawyer was big at the time, but it automatically gives you more authority if you lower your register.
If you lower your register. Well, I was taught, I can't remember who taught me this, but I was taught to lower my voice, to get my voice lower, and to also get it. I was taught what you do is you talk from your chest. You don't talk from your throat.
Right, and
okay.
That will help.
So to this day, I talk from my chest. If you come over and feel my chest, I'll probably slap your face. But then if you held my chest, you would feel the vibration, right?
Yeah. And that's without thinking. You don't even have to puncture it.
Yeah, well, I remember now my friend Bobby Slayton, he got nodes, singer's nodes.
Yeah,
which had to be, I guess, removed. I don't know. But
I think so.
anyway, and his voice was very rough. But the reason was, and I told him, you don't talk from your chest, you talk from your throat. Therefore, you're putting pressure on your throat. And
Yeah.
I was taught to speak from my chest. And in order to get that register, here was the thing, the exercise, okay, which was something like doing this: me, 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 me. Trying to go as low as you can. When you're through getting to the bottom, you usually come back sounding at that lower register.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
for years before I would go on the air, I would do that exercise until finally I didn't need to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like getting into character for an actor. You're getting into voice.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but I mean, recognizing your voice. I also mentioned to Marjorie, we were watching the life of Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward,
Super.
and his documentary on HBO, and it's very good. I think it's a little long, and I have some problems with it, but overall, very good.
Yeah,
But I enjoyed watching it for them finding out things about themselves professionally as they got older, and the things that they needed to do and so on and so forth. And I told Marjorie that, what happened was you start out in radio, you start doing programming, and after a couple of years you're going, I'm pretty good, I'm really good, right?
Right.
Then one day, about 10 years in, you wake up one morning, you hear yourself, and you go, I really suck. And that's the day you start becoming really good.
Yes, because you know what your weaknesses are, and then you correct them.
And you know that you suck, and you can come up with the, yeah.
A non-sucky.
Yeah. You start realizing who you are, what you are, how good you are, and if you can recognize how bad you are, you then have the ability to get better.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I did take voice lessons as a child, but it was mainly for singing. But yeah, I remember when I first got into radio, there was a publication called Radio and Records.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I read it like a Bible, like with a highlighter. They had jobs listed. So that's the way I thought of everything.
I actually was subscribed to and read every month or every week, I think it was, Broadcasting magazine.
Broadcasting, yeah. And the Hollywood Reporter, if you're into acting, is a real good one.
Yeah, but Broadcasting was pretty good. They had ads in the back,
Yeah.
But more than that, it was telling you pretty much what was going on in the radio business.
That sounds great. That's what I read Radio and Records for.
Well, that was a substitute for that. I just like Broadcasting more because with Radio and Records, it dealt with the pop side of broadcasting. Broadcasting dealt with the professional.
Yeah.
side of
Oh, okay.
broadcasting. Okay, in the business of broadcasting. So.
That would have been great if I'd had that. I was just like stuff I found around the radio station and just started work. And I knew that if market size is everything, just go to, work up to bigger and bigger towns. And because we were near St. Louis, Carbondale's, where I went to school, was near St. Louis, I thought it was number 16. And I thought, I can go there in person. And that really gave me a leg up.
Well, I'll tell you what I did. I got a job in Chicago. Right?
Chicago's number 2.
The number 2 market. And I got a job there working at WIND in Chicago.
Yeah, I know that station.
Basically, I was playing records, I guess. Yeah, I was. That's what I was doing there. And but I was working with Bernard Shaw, people like that who were local newsmen there.
Yeah, Brent Shaw.
And my guess who my newsman was on my shift, on my show?
I don't know.
Don Cornelius.
Really? Soul Train?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But anyway, we got to Chicago, and I looked at Ronnie, who was then my wife, and I said, well, I guess we finally made it. I mean, what else is left? New York? But we're not ever going to go there. And the next thing I know, I get a call from New York, and they want to talk to me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, what happened was I started in San Francisco, and they said, I lived in San Francisco. and Marin County, and they said if you ever want to come to San Francisco, you got to leave San Francisco, go out to other markets, and then come back.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
what you did, right?
Well, what happened was I got to New York and I went, what do I need to go back to San Francisco for? This is the biggest market in the country.
Yeah, you did good.
But eventually I lost my job and somebody offered me a job in San Francisco and I went there and I was very happy. I was more successful in San Francisco than I ever was in New York.
Oh, yeah, you're pretty legendary there.
I'm a legend, yeah.
I'm not joking.
Listen,
No,
my quote on my Facebook page really still holds true. I used to be a big shot.
Yeah, but I remember, see, when I was at SIU Carbondale, the head of our department was a guy named Charlie Warner. And Charlie
I knew
Warner,
you knew Charlie.
he made his bones in Chicago at WMAQ. There was a great, very successful contest where they had people primed to answer the phone. WMAQ is going to make me rich. So that's a lot of dedication. I mean, whoever calls your house, you have to be willing to say WMAQ, and that's commitment.
That was brilliant. Where did I know Charlie Warner? I think I knew him in New York.
You knew him at the Quake for sure because.
Oh yes.
The big story around Southern SIU was Charlie Warner's leaving for San Francisco. He's got a part ownership deal.
Yes, right. That's where I knew Charlie from, and he was in that whole scenario. He was the only nice guy.
Really?
Yeah,
from the Midwest.
I remember him very fondly.
Good.
And I went there, and I was working at KMEL, and they wooed me away. In fact, how I got wooed away was I get a call, and it's from a guy named Bob Pittman.
Oh, Bob, who started MTV?
Yes, and so I'm going, Bob Pittman wants to talk to me. He was the head of MTV at the time, and I said, this might be pretty good. I may get on MTV, and I call Pittman, and I expect Pittman to say, "You want to come to MTV?" And no, he didn't. So, in fact, I was on MTV for the first year.
You said, what was your gig there?
I was a news reporter for LA. I just had to sit in San Francisco and just read the copy.
Yeah, did they tape you though?
Yeah. But let me go back. Another story.
Okay.
So MTV is starting, but it isn't coming into San Francisco. It's starting in San Jose. Okay?
Yeah, they had a real problem with penetration.
Yeah, right. So they held this big party, and they bussed us all the way down to San Jose to go watch a demo of MTV. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're all herded into this room, right?
And people that they planned to have on MTV?
Yeah. And months earlier, somebody had said, we just want you to read this thing. It's just a thing for this thing MTV that's happening. And so I just read this whole thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And I never heard back from them. I didn't get the job, obviously. And I'm standing there with all these other people, and on comes this thing, and the guy says, and now let's go to our LA reporter, or maybe it was Chicago at the time, whatever town, Alex Bennett. And everybody looks at me and says, "You're going to be on MTV?" I said, "I guess I am now."
Yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out that was they put me on the first day that MTV was on. I was on MTV.
And you did the news.
Yeah, and that lasted for about a year.
Whoa.
Okay, and I would just go across the street from the Quake to what was the name of the company, the group? Something West. But anyway, it was a company that was doing this stuff, and I just have to walk across the street and do it and be the LA reporter.
Perfect.
So I did it for about a year, and then they stopped doing that particular thing, those little newscasts.
They hired Kurt Loder.
Yeah, they actually, that's what they did. They went to the Kurt Loder model, and it was just one guy, one place doing everything.
Yeah.
So I go, so they dropped me. right? And I'm telling people I'm on this thing called MTV, and they say, "Sure you are." And finally, MTV goes on in San Francisco, but without me.
Oh
And
man.
nobody was believing that I was on MTV. Yeah,
Well,
but
see,
anyway,
and
so I get this call from Bob Pittman, and I'm figuring,
yeah,
this is a good deal. This
yeah,
is
man.
yeah. So I call him and I say, Bob, hi, I'm Alex. He says, yeah, I know you, Alex. Good to talk to you. I said, well, you called? He said, yeah. This is while I'm at KMEL, and he says, but he was he at MTV at the time? I'm trying to remember because this doesn't scan right that I was doing these things for MTV, and I was at the Quake. It was at Live 105 when I was doing them. Okay.
Are you sure? Because Masters did. I know they auditioned
Yeah,
all of us.
Steve
Yeah,
Masters. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember the. But anyway, because things are bad. Anyway, let me just tell you the story about Bob Pittman. So I
yeah.
go call Bob Pittman. Hello, Bob. Whatever. He says, I've got these guys in San Francisco I know, and they can't approach you directly, so they wanted me to approach you. Would you be interested in working for them? So he was working as the middleman for the
Yeah.
Quake to get me to go to the Quake.
Ooh, the backstory.
Yeah, but I don't. Gee, was he at? Yeah, I guess he was at MTV at the time. I think. No, but then I went and did this thing for MTV, and I could swear I was in at Live 105 at the time. Oh well, forget
Well,
it.
they did come back and audition a bunch of us.
No. But I'm trying to. I'm trying to get this even. I can't get it to sync up. How did I get a call from him to ask me if I wanted to work at the Quake when I was doing these things for MTV across the street from Live 105? I'm trying to remember. I can't figure it out. I can't
Yeah,
parse out
it
the
might
dates.
help you to know. Live 105 was original and it's a very dicey location on Market Street.
Yeah, but that was now it's what do you call it? It became what do you call it? Twitter. It's a
Oh yeah,
Twitter
that building did become Twitter, but I think they have since moved on elsewhere because I still get some San Francisco newspapers.
Yeah, but anyway,
Anyway,
I can't figure it out. But anyway, I got a call from Pittman to get me to meet with these guys. Pittman might have been doing something besides MTV at the time that I knew him for, and I'm
he had
trying
his
to remember.
fingers in quite a few pies.
Yeah, he made a big deal of everything, and right now he's the head of iHeartRadio.
Yeah, I knew he was. Well, because when I heard about MTV, I thought this thing is going to be so effing huge. And so when we were working together, and I'd been at Live 105 maybe a year, I thought I'm going to write him a letter and just say, hey, I'm doing this. What are the chances of me getting on MTV? What do I need to do to become candidate worthy?
Right.
And I looked, I can still see the letter in my hand, typed it all up before computers, and never sent it. I was just, well, first of all, I didn't know where you had to have physical addresses back then, and I didn't know where I would send it. And then I thought, well, this is a good gig. I like doing this morning show with this guy, so why don't I just see where this goes? And I'm glad I did.
Well, when did we start working together?
1984.
1984. And when did MTV start?
It started like a year. It started in few markets. I believe in 82 to 83.
Really?
Yeah.
And how come I got a call from him? And then how come I don't understand any of
I
this?
think it was 80. Actually, it may have been 81 or 82, because it was on in Illinois, in downstate Illinois.
Because I remember recording these things for MTV at a place right across the street from our studios, the newer studios for Sirius XM, for Live 105. But maybe I'm wrong. My memory is getting worse and worse.
But it's hard because
That's why a couple of years ago I did this thing called Life in the Passing Lane, which was every minute of my life practically, and I told the
Really?
whole story of my life. It's up online. It's at gabnet.net. It's 70 episodes.
That'd be way fun.
Yeah, and it's just everything that I did and what I did, and I decided to do it because as I get older, I'm going to forget stuff.
Exactly, man. That's a good idea. Just even.
And so I should go back and listen to it to find out when things happen.
Yeah.
If I need information, I can call Bubbles. Bubbles has dates on everything.
He has a mind like a steel cage.
Well, on certain stuff. Not on all stuff, but if you give him, for instance, he's our Rain Man, okay?
He is.
You give him a date, and he will tell you, with that date, what day of the week it was on.
No, that's good, but that's a trick.
That's a trick. He admits it's a trick.
It's still impressive, but it's a trick.
But he could probably teach us that trick. It would be fun to have that trick.
Wish he would.
Yeah, but I don't. A lot of things I don't remember when I did them. I'm trying to figure out why in my mind, I walked across the street to this company. I can't remember the name of it.
If you walked across the street at 105.
Video West was the name of the company.
Yeah, it was across the street from 105 was a parking lot, and then it was, I believe, Justin Herman Plaza. It was right before you. Near Civic Center, right before you get on the bar.
No. Where were we? It was. I forget it. When we went to the new location.
Oh, the new location was bitchin'. It was down on Townsend.
Yeah.
In what had been the China Basin area.
And across the street, Video West had their offices, and I went there and recorded these things.
Then that was.
So how did I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
But then that's Live 105 was moved to Townsend, and that's when we worked together the bulk of our time.
Yeah, but anyway, Mark, we shouldn't sit here wasting everybody else's time trying to figure out where we were when.
Exactly. Yeah. We can instead talk about the troops in Washington, D.C.
Oh, troops in Washington, D.C. and, the best one is the Kennedy Center Honors.
Yeah, he's changing the name.
Well, he wants to change the name of the Kennedy Center to the Melania Trump Center.
I know. I read that, and I didn't know if it was an onion-like joke. I thought.
I mean, if you wanted to name it something else center that was after somebody that you liked better than Kennedy, I'd almost understand it. But the Melania Trump Center?
Yeah, but there's another good rumor that he's building a resort near Alligator Alcatraz. It's called Trump's Cove, and it's going to be like a sandals resort and have all the amenities, jet skis, the whole business. But instead of jacuzzis, you're going to have delousing hot tubs. In case they pick up any cooties.
I love it. But he, let's see here. It was Sylvester Stallone. Well, I think if we waited long enough, somebody would have said, let's give a Kennedy honor to Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, probably.
I don't know. They haven't done Schwarzenegger yet, have they?
Oh, then I think Schwarzenegger will be before Stallone.
No, Stallone has the latest Kennedy honors include Stallone, Kiss. Who else? Let me see here. Do I have a list here? I'm looking at. Let me see here. I'm looking to see if it's on Drudge, because you'd think it'd be on Drudge, but anyway.
Yeah. They're usually on top of these pop culture.
There are a bunch of people. One of which, most of which are just nothing. I mean, usually you get scientists, you get people like that. Yeah. And they're all honored in one group. These are all entertainment people.
Yeah, that's kind of a cheat. Because we've always.
Well, you got to remember, we don't have a president who's too terribly bright, okay?
It's just, it's comedy. It's satire. His entire presidency is a satire. And Pam Bondi drives me nuts. She is such a kiss ass. It's cliche.
Yeah. No, it's horrible. It's horrible what's happening, and I don't like to get into politics with you because why? You're not going to disagree with me, so why should we get into it?
This is true. I'm a left
I
winger.
just am getting very depressed. A lot of people I know are leaving the country.
Canada.
Canada, not so much. What's her name? Rosie O'Donnell moved to Ireland.
And Ellen DeGeneres moved to England.
And Jimmy Kimmel just got his citizenship in Italy.
Wow.
So see, if you have a relative, no matter how far back, that was Italian, you get automatically you get Italian citizenship.
What if you have a husband who's Italian?
Yeah, but like in his case, it was a great grandfather that was Italian.
We'll check into that because we're gonna go back in 2027.
Yeah.
That would be great to have dual Italian citizenship.
Let me quick. Yeah. So after we're through here, I got to ask you something about cruises because we've got this cruise almost set, but we don't know what we're doing yet.
Okay.
Anyway, but you're the big cruise person anyway. Your husband loves to take cruises.
He does, and he plans them meticulously.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe I should have him plan ours. Why should we pay
we could hook you up.
But you have a travel agent, right?
We do.
Yeah.
But he pretty much tells her what to do.
What to do? Yeah. But anyway, where do they make their money? Off a cut from the airlines and the.
Yeah, I think they also make it from the cruise lines. The cruise lines have them on kind of a commission, obviously.
Yeah.
So we just always, and then you build up loyalty with travel agents. And
anyway, what was I saying? So it's sad. We're in a country of morons now.
I mean, it boggles my mind, and this is real. I mean, it's like satire.
I started to think about it. The only time we get a relief in this country is on weekends. Because he doesn't work weekends.
Right, exactly.
The minute Monday rolls around, the topic of conversation is Trump.
Yeah, and it's just always with a resigned kind of bemused air.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's absurd. It's weird. We've run over time here, but I don't care because I love talking with you.
Same here, doll.
I could sit here and do about an hour and a half with you and, till your voice is completely gone.
Yeah.
How's it holding up, by the way, now? Better?
It is, and I have this pet. Well, right now, I'm anxious that it's scarring some because that's what it feels like. So I'm going to go for this PET scan on Friday, and if they say everything's okay, I'm just going to become Dr. Lori.
Well, I can't get a PET scan because I don't have a pet right now, so it's I used to have a cat, and I was able to get a PET scan, but.
But dog dies, you're out of luck.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I love talking with you. This is a joy of my life.
It is my joy.
Really
It is like the highlight of my week.
Yeah.
Because the continuity of it too, that we've been friends for so long.
Yeah, she used to be my newswoman. Now she's one of my best friends.
Yay.
And her name is Lori Thompson, and boy, is she cool. Thank you, Marjorie. Thank you, Lori. Your name's Lori, right?
Yeah.
Let me get it. Let me get it straight. Lori Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Lori. Bye.
Thank you, doll.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And that was Lori, and I, as I always say, love having her on because she is like my favorite person in the whole world. I love her. I love her dearly. I really do. I mean, I have other people I like too, but there's something about Lori that's very special and historic in my life. So I just want you to know that. Anyway, it's good to see you here. I got a new camera. And I saw it on it's an Elgato Facecam 4K, and I saw it online, and they sent this thing with all these samples of it, and I said, boy, it's going to look better than this camera, right? And so I ordered it, and it came in, And boy, was I disappointed. Now I'm going to show you. Now maybe you'll see a better picture than I'm thinking, you know. But my aesthetics say that this picture is really good. Okay. Now let's go to that other camera. Let's see what happens here. Let me see here. Let me go to that camera, and I have to go to the zoom. Okay. So you can then see this. Okay. Look at that. Is that as how's that compared to my other camera? Okay. I don't know how you feel about it, really, to tell you the damn truth. Let me go back now to the other camera, my camera I've been using all along, and you can tell me which one you feel looks better. Which one looks better? That one or this one? I like this one. I think it's terrific. But that's just me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. We only have 3 people waiting, but why not go to them and find out what they want to talk about and what they're thinking. And Tom Yamaguchi is also calling here, so let me let him in as well. There we go. There are all our people. Okay. So far. Hello, Jeff. Why, you don't think you have... Talk to us, Jeff.
Got some junk I gotta get rid of.
What do you mean?
He's getting there.
What, I don't know what you're getting rid of, but we're getting your audio. You know. I don't know what he does this on, you know. I have Marjorie she uses her iPhone for everything. And when we're trying to like order up a cruise or something, she's on this iPhone. And I'm going, go to your computer and sit there where you got a big screen and look at all this stuff, you know? To just do it on your iPhone is it's absurd. But anyway, that's just me. Hi, Kevin. Had a nice weekend?
Yeah, it was okay.
Well, that sounds like it wasn't great. And how about you, Charlie? Good weekend?
Yeah, sure did.
And Tom Yamaguchi, him.
First camera was definitely better.
The first camera?
Yeah, the first one's better,
This
yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote them a letter, and I said, they sent me the camera looks great on their samples, but it does.
Don't
What?
get mad at me, but did you take the little paper off the lens?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm just asking because it's happened.
Well, I just, I was checking.
And that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, I was checking the whole thing and trying to get it to be like, they have a thing comes with it, like this program that allows you to set up the camera and make it work and look good and so on and so forth, and set it for your taste. And I couldn't get it to give me a great picture. It just wasn't as good as this. And this is this is a Logitech Brio for crying
Is there
out
a
loud.
sharpness setting? Because that's what it looks like. Is it's not sharp.
Yeah,
Well,
it wasn't sharp. Yeah.
It doesn't look sharp, but it was as sharp as you're going to get. That's their sharpness.
Huh.
I tried to bring up the sharpness, and all it does is bring out noise. So anyway, I just thought I would ask you guys what you thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's listen. I'm so happy we finally heard about the Kennedy Center's honors. This is something that we've honored the greats
Yeah.
of what can we call it of the arts.
Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we haven't honored Trump yet, and we get to do that.
Wait a minute. Now, we've usually there was somebody from like performer, okay? And then there was maybe a musician. And then you had like maybe a scientist or a poet or a author or somebody like that the Kennedy Center honors. And that was the kind of people they picked. You want to know who we got this year?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, it's going to take place at the Melania and Performing Arts Center.
Hosted by.
which is the former Kennedy Performing Arts Center.
Hosted by.
Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he had nothing to do with it.
Here are a couple of them. I remembered off the top of my head. What's that going on over there? Oh, anyway. Let's see. First of all, the Sylvester Stallone. Now, I will kind of accept that, okay? Because if you're going to include a performer in there, they might have at one time gotten around to Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
All right? So I'm not exactly against that. Kiss?
What's wrong with Kiss?
What's right with Kiss when it comes to the Kennedy Center honors? Well, excuse me, it's the Melania Center honors.
Yeah. Get it right, would you?
Yeah, and then George Strait, who's a country artist, maybe. I can think of bigger
He's up
country.
there, you know.
Well, I could think of bigger country artists put there. How about Dolly? Did Dolly Parton ever win a Kennedy Honor?
Oh, I'm sure she did. Yeah.
I think she
wouldn't
did,
show
yeah.
up. She would. That's the thing. They had to find people that would show up, I guess.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Will Kiss show up?
A Kiss will show up. Yeah.
I don't know if they're on that side of the fence because he didn't want to pick anybody that was woke. All that wokeness.
Well, you know what? Who cares if they're woke? If they're a great artist and they've contributed
No.
to the
Woke does not belong at the Melania Center hosted by Trump.
See,
That's what he said.
Really.
If you listen to that whole speech, he said, well, somebody asked him, did you have much say in the picking of this? And he goes, 98%. I go, okay. And then he started talking about how he was going to host it because somebody asked him to. He didn't want to do it.
One of the guys is the guy who played the Phantom of the Opera on Broadway.
Crawford.
Yeah. I don't know if he would normally make the cut on something like this. I mean, he's a performer who did one great performance.
Stage performance.
Stage performer. There are better stage performers he could have picked. You know? I mean, people who contributed to the Broadway theater.
It's obviously he picked them all.
Oh, well, obviously he doesn't have any fucking taste.
Absolutely.
You know, it's in his butt.
I wouldn't even give it that much credit.
I mean, he probably would have had Hulk Hogan there, only he just died. So, you
Right.
know.
Maybe there'll be a special tribute to him.
A special tribute to Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
They'll bring it in corpse.
I think there are only 5 of them, and I seem to remember, were there only 5 before? Or was it more like 6 or 7? I can't remember. Yeah.
I don't know if there was any set number or not.
Yeah. I do know
I know the
that.
Grateful Dead were last year.
Yeah. There was a couple that were honored one year, and that was Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just come on, please don't. And then,
He's going to turn the columns gold too.
Is he?
Yeah, he's going to refurbish that whole place.
Oh God bless
my
America.
God.
So you know what's going to happen.
Oh,
It's going to be gold leaf everywhere.
You know, oh God. Have you seen what he did to the west
Yep.
lawn or the?
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
He boasted about all that stuff today.
He dug up the grass and put down cement
Yep.
because he didn't want people when there was an event happening there. When it's a little damp to get their shoes or heels full of mud.
The high heels was sticking in the grass, yeah.
What he's done to the Oval Office is an absolute shame.
Yep.
Here we're talking about taste. We're not even talking about politics. You know,
He's adding a ballroom.
and he thinks he's adding a ballroom. Is he going to think he's going to get away with it?
What he said.
He's going to put it on the side of the, but he's going to move one of the wings off?
Probably going to be the northeast wing.
You know, there's already a ballroom in the White House, I do believe. It just happens to be a small ballroom.
Not gold enough.
Yeah.
You know, we used to see as a joke, if Trump ever becomes president, this is how the White House is going to look. And then it was
Guess what's
like
happening?
neon lights with Trump's White House on it and stuff. We're only a few bits away from that. You know,
He's got 3.5 more years to do that.
Well, I don't know. I think the governor of California has announced that he's going to do everything he can to
Level the playing field.
level the playing field, and I think he wants to just get rid of Trump. You know, and
yeah.
he feels well.
You think?
He feels if he adds enough congressional districts, he can do that.
Right.
And the people of the state of California could vote that in, and they probably
We
would.
could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
How many Californians here will vote for that?
I think every Californian that exists.
Now, say on this panel,
Except the Central Valley.
because I sure will. How about you, Kevin? You
I'll
gonna
be there.
good? Good.
So great. It's but anyway, the reason why, in fact, we're talking about Trump here and I mentioned this to Marjorie, and I said it to Lori tonight, and that was over the weekends we're spared Donald Trump because he doesn't work weekends. Okay, laziest president we've ever had, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Plays golf more than any president we've ever had, and badly more than any president we've ever had. Okay,
Wins every one.
it wins everyone. Did you see the one where they were dropping the golf balls?
Yeah.
That was like something out of Goldfinger, for crying out loud. Where our job is robbing the golf balls for Goldfinger. Well, anyway, it's just that come Monday, he's the topic of conversation again because he always unloads something, whether it's the Kennedy Center honors or, hey, the other one is the Smithsonian. Have you heard this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's given them 120 days to get rid of all exhibits that are woke, basically.
Yeah.
Don't agree with his particular way of things. I
I
mean,
hope somebody does something about that.
huh?
I hope somebody does something about that to stop all that.
Well, to begin
crap.
with, most of this stuff he's doing, he can't do.
But he's doing it.
And yet he's doing it, and nobody's stopping him.
Right.
And who should be stopping him? Well, the Democrats should at least be giving a good, try. They haven't done anything.
Well, they are in Texas.
Yeah.
They are in Texas.
Well, you got Beto O'Rourke down there. You got a couple of, but still, they can't do anything down there. They got to lead the state in order to not let things
All they
be
can do is
voted on.
postpone.
Huh?
All they can do is postpone things.
Yeah. You're down in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. All they can do is postpone it. It's terrible. It's just terrible. So, I wish we didn't have to talk about Trump. We never had to talk this much about Biden, right?
No.
Biden did his job and he went about doing it and didn't do much things to get people really mad at him. But then, the one thing they had about Biden was his acuity, his ability to comprehend things and so on and so forth. Okay, I'll give you this. Mine was kind of going. Mine is too. Feel sorry for me, okay? Mine is
Trump's is too.
Yeah, Trump.
But Trump,
All you have to do is listen to his.
Trump's
his
is
Twice.
Trump, when it comes to that, he's twice as bad.
yeah.
Twice this week, he's referred to his meeting with Putin as happening in Russia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yes.
Nobody says nothing.
And nobody corrects him on it.
Nope.
Well, that's going to be.
The thing that he talked about today was just like a rally speech. He stood up there in front of everybody at the Kennedy Center and just went into this political rant all through this shit. And it was the same stuff. I kept going, oh, here he's going to talk about that again. Oh, yep, here he goes on that again.
Did he
stuff.
manage to mention Biden during it?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
The previous administration.
Previous administration.
Yes.
Yeah. But when you want to talk about somebody's mental abilities going,
I think he's losing.
he's losing it.
Just as bad as anybody else.
And hey, I wouldn't give
Including me.
I wouldn't give him a bad time for losing it, except for the fact that he gave Biden such a bad time for losing it. And it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible what he did about Biden. And so why shouldn't we say the same thing about him? Especially when it's true. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. How many more years do we have? Oh, God, 3.5 more years. Jeez almighty.
I think he wants to change another 4 years.
Well, no, he's not. He can't. To begin with, by that time, he's going to be too old to run for president. I
He
mean,
won't even remember what he's doing.
huh?
He won't even remember what he's doing by then.
Well, all I know is that he's not doing very much right now. I will have to say, and I'm sure this is the one place that that in any way I don't know if it's his doing or not, but Kevin, how's your stocks doing?
I haven't looked. Let me look.
I looked. Mine are higher than they've ever been. Right?
For a day, right?
Yeah. So am I supposed to like him for this? Did he have anything to do with this?
No.
Actually, it's working against you.
Huh?
Once they start lying about the jobs report, that's gonna really cause a recession.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the stock market. That's the funny part about it.
Well, it was down 1,500 the other day. Now it's only 900 in the red.
I'm up so far this year, maybe $15,000. You know, it went up. I don't know why. And today I hit an all-time high. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but
the stock market is a roller coaster. I mean,
Yeah.
Everything he says affects whether he goes up or down. And I remember several years ago saying on this show that the president doesn't affect the stock market, but apparently this guy does because of what he does. Him being so radical on tariff this, tariff that, it shoots stuff up, it shoots stuff down, and the whole thing is in chaos. I mean, it's up and down like a roller coaster.
I wonder if he's doing this to the stock market for his benefit and his friends' benefit.
Absolutely.
And everybody's doing insider trading and knowing that he's going to do this tomorrow,
Would not
so they're
surprise
doing
me
this today.
at all.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the art of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The art of the...
And as we said a few minutes ago, he's getting away with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, so what do we do to stop him? How can we shoot an arrow in his foot? Give Schumer the bow and arrow? I don't think so. No, that's not the answer. By the way, isn't it time for Schumer to give it up?
Yep. Long past.
Yeah.
He's not helping us any at all. You know.
No.
He is he refuses. It's like a lot of politicians. They refuse to admit, hey, I'm getting too old for this job. I'm past my prime on this job. I think I'll turn it over to somebody else who can do it. No, you don't hear that at all. What do you think, Tom? You giving me you're kind of looking passive there on this, but I mean, don't you agree that Schumer's a waste now?
I think it's definitely time for him to retire. But I think the main thing is your first question is what we should be doing. We definitely have to take back Congress, and there's no other way. We're stuck with this guy or J.D. Vance for the next term. So the only thing that we can slow him down and stop him is to retake both House and the Senate.
Yeah, but
at least the House.
Yeah, but my question to you though is how do we do this with a rather inefficient Democratic Party? And the Democratic Party is not looked upon fondly, not because of its liberal or woke politics, but because they're becoming such idiots.
Well,
not doing anything.
Yeah, I think you've got to point the fact that they're just too cautious. Like right now, look at all the Democrats who are, including Schumer, and that are refusing to endorse Mondavi. They're just scared. And that's dumb. Because
what are they frightened about? You know, this guy is probably partially the future of the Democratic Party. Not all the future. You wouldn't want to have a Mondami in Ohio, okay? But you could have somebody who has the same skill set in talking to people and speaking to their needs, because why Mondami is liked so much in New York is because he was speaking to the needs of New Yorkers.
Right. Yes, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
he was saying, he came in and he said, hey, you know, rents are too high. In fact, we used to have a guy who ran for mayor here on the rents too high party.
The
Remember?
rents are too damn high.
Damn high
Right.
party.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember him.
But, and so when Mandami came along and did this, I went, was he part of that party? You know, I have no idea. Is he part of that party? But it's true, you know. The rents are too high, and if somebody can make them lower, you know, and he wants to do things like, you know, the thing about having city-run grocery stores in Manhattan, but he only wants to have 2 of them initially, or no, 1 in each one of the 5 boroughs,
Yeah.
and just see if it works. It's just
Yeah.
a test to see if it works, and if it works, we'll do more, and if it doesn't work, we won't do it at all. You know.
Yeah, put them in the food deserts, you know, where
Yeah.
there's no competition at all.
Exactly. So, you know, I mean, I happen to like Mondami, and he's a real lefty. You know, I'm all for that. And but everybody's trying to say now. I watched Bill Maher on Friday. Anybody watch Bill Maher's show on Friday?
Not anymore.
When he talked about Mondami, he says, "Well, Mondami's a communist." What? That coming out of Bill Maher? Come on, that's the big lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the big lie. Mondami's a communist? No, he's a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. Oh, but he hates Jews. No, he doesn't. You know, I mean, that's another lie. That's supposed to keep the Jews from voting for him. I had my neurologist say to me, what do you think of Mondami? I said, I think he's okay. He says, do you like the fact that he hates Jews? And I went, he doesn't hate Jews. He goes, oh, yes, he does. Oh, yeah. Because he was, you know, speaking something positive about Hamas. I said, that was 5 years ago. You know?
I don't think he said anything positive about the
He was doing some rap music or something, and he had a song in which he talked about Hamas or something like that. And he said he doesn't believe in the what is it, the intifada? What do they call it? The holy war. He said, I don't believe in that. You know. He said, I talked about it then, but I didn't believe in it. I was just part of a song I did. You know. And people are trying to turn the Jewish people in New York against him by starting this lie that he's anti-Semitic. Well, how can he be? To begin with, he is Semitic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just don't like what they're trying to do to Mondami.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's okay. How about you, Jeff? What do you think?
I think he's doing great.
You do.
I hope
Good.
he gets the win.
Huh?
I would really love to see him as the mayor.
Yeah, well, you know, anything but what we got. And, you know, I voted for Cuomo in the primaries, and I'm sorry I did it, but I have a chance to make up for it now.
How do you feel about Cuomo actually talking to Trump?
Well, here's what I think about Cuomo. I think what we got there is an old politician. Okay? Mm-hmm. He just does business in the old way. He can't, and you know, I haven't seen him out there really running for office either. He's not trying to get my vote, you know. But is he talking to Trump now? What's he saying to Trump?
Yeah, they had a phone conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I'm trying, which, was it the New York Times or CNN that broke that? And he tried to deny it. They both tried to deny it.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just happen to think this guy's okay, and he's going to get my vote. And if there's anything I can do to get him elected, if you're watching, folks out there, and you're in New York City, look at this guy a little more closely and don't believe all the lies that are being spread about him. You know, that's the best way.
Well, I think my son's going to work for him, vote for him.
Really?
Ah,
Yeah, well, he's a New Yorker, so
Oh,
he can
okay.
do that.
I want to see who this is. It says Rebecca, but I don't know any Rebecca. But let me just see. Let me put my face on the screen without anybody, and let's see if this is anybody. It's joining. It's joining. It's joining. Okay, now we got Rebecca joining, but it doesn't look like Rebecca is for real. Okay, so I will.
I am. I am.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
you have a
Are you
picture.
there? We need your picture.
There was one.
Turn on your camera.
I don't want to.
You don't want to turn on the camera?
No.
Why don't you
I
want
don't
to?
want.
Why don't you want to turn on the camera?
I was kind of laying low. I saw you on the YouTube,
Yeah.
and then I'm kind of like, I don't know. I was like, after the whole day, I was like going, like no stimulation, and then I thought, oh, I'll subscribe, and then I saw go into Zoom, so I did, and then did have my photograph, but like I'm not like up and at 'em.
Oh, okay.
I'm not at that level of social, like whatever. So
Yeah.
I I just was happy to stumble on this.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Well-
I've really been enjoying the discussion too.
By,
A lot,
Yeah. By stumbling over me, does that mean you tripped over me or something like that? You know.
in a sense.
In a
No, I used to
sense.
listen. I don't know where you've been, but I used to listen to you on the radio, and then, yeah, I've been listening for about 8 or 10 minutes, and then, yeah, so I stumbled around and came here, and I've just been really enjoying it. And I like the discussion too.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: where are you? Are you in California?
Yeah, San Francisco.
See?
Ah,
All right.
Old
So I
San.
heard you say you voted for Cuomo in the primary. Alex, does that mean you're in New York now?
Yeah. I've been in New York for a long time. I've been here for almost, what is it, 30
20
years?
years or something. Yeah.
30 years.
That makes
20
sense.
years. Yeah.
Did you watch him with Lori Thompson?
Yeah, I used to listen.
Yeah, we had Lori.
No, but I mean earlier before the panel came on. Did you catch the interview with Lori Thompson?
No,
Oh, no, she
no,
does.
no, no. I've been here like 7 minutes or something.
Oh, okay.
She does.
Okay.
If you go back, you can go back and watch this afterwards on YouTube
Right.
or on
Right, yeah.
Okay.
wherever. And in the beginning of the show, we did a half hour with her. We do every Wednesday.
Yep.
So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's like old days, like the old days.
It is like old days.
Yeah, Tom, would you
Wow.
agree? It's kind of like the old times with Lori. We just seem to work well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, did you have any comment about anything we've talked about here?
Well, yeah, yes, actually. I mean, I don't know Mom Tiny personally. I really like what I've seen of him. I just really like his energy. And the comments about him being anti-Semitic, I think are so silly. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh, with a
I-
name like Rebecca with an H.
Yeah.
Yes, that is Jewish. It's quite Jewish.
He seems utterly sincere and devout. I don't know what his practice is. I think he's Islamic, but I don't know. Regardless, he just seems anyone who's at the center of themselves is in accord with Jewish precepts, and he seems absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
just-
he seems fine to me. You know, I keep looking for faults, but the more people go after him, the worse. The more I'm for him. You know.
I understand.
Yeah, it's some pretty horrible stuff they're saying about him, and they're lies. You know, they're absolute lies.
Well, I don't like, as one can imagine, this whole thing about acting like someone speaking for Jewish people by using the theory of Judaism to silence, demean, and cloister people.
Mm-hmm.
That it just and no Jew I know is for that anyway.
Right.
None.
Right.
So
Right.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then I heard what you were saying about why people might not be supporting Mamdani. And then you said, what do they have to lose? I don't know.
They don't have much.
I don't know.
Well, listen, we had such a bad mayor here in this town before. This guy Adams is just terrible, just horrible.
Is he? Because I read about him in the New Yorker,
Yeah.
and I was kind of on his side. And then my brother was a cop, so I cut him like a lot of slack for being imperfect. I don't know a lot about him. I just don't. Why is he terrible?
Adams, he
Yes.
gets nothing done. Okay, I mean the city has kind of gone to hell in a handbasket, without him, and it's pretty. I don't know. I just think that he's done a very bad job as mayor, and that's
I gather no one seems to like him, and with my very little amount of information, it seems he's been dishonest, or no.
It's not this. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been accused of taking bribes, hasn't he?
Well, he took bribes.
Yeah,
he took bribes from Turkey. Is that
Yeah.
right? He got a lot of free flights to Turkey and things like that. And then he went down to talk with Trump because they were filing charges against him and trying to find him guilty of malfeasance of office. And he went to Trump, who gave him a pardon before I think he was even tried for anything.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it for me, And since then, he's been doing everything to kiss Trump's butt.
Yep.
Well, that's disturbing.
Well, I think that as a mayor, you should know your allegiance to anybody but the people who are your constituency.
Yep.
And that's it, I don't need any more. So what do you do for a living, Rebecca? Anything?
Hang around.
Okay, good. That's a good profession. I think we should support people to just hang around and let those people who want to have jobs do them. Yeah.
I do stuff, but that's my first response. Hang around.
Hang around. It's good. You're a hanger. Yeah. So anyway, let me see here. What else is happening lately in the news? It doesn't have to do with Trump. Well, nothing actually. I'm trying to think. Let me look at. Hold on a second. Let me look at what's it? Drudge.
While you're doing that, let me wish everybody a happy Left-Handers Day.
Oh, really?
Is that today?
International Left-Handers Day.
My daughter's left-handed. I gotta tell her.
Are you left-handed?
Me, no.
No, but are you, Tom?
Yes, I am.
Well,
Yeah.
happy left.
Have you-
Yeah, happy left-hander day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My
Anybody else?
girlfriend's left-handed.
She is left-handed. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that I'm right-handed. In fact, I'm wondering this. I got arthritis in my right hand, so it makes it hard for me to write. Okay. So I have to go get a shot every now and then of cortisone so it feels better, and then I can write a little better. All right. Now, my question is, if I were left-handed, would I have gotten the arthritis in the left hand?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the hand that I use the most, not only for writing, a few other things too, it's like I don't know, I don't get it. So anyway, I wondered with people with the left-handed people, have you felt out of the loop on certain things in your life? Did it make you feel, Tom, a little unusual?
I never learned how to handwrite correctly. Never learned.
Well, who says
I basically do printing, either typing or printing.
Oh, really?
Hand. I can't.
Yeah, but
I can't. Handwrite, script write.
Well,
cursive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, only right-handed.
You print.
Oh.
You print.
I always print. I can't. If I try and write cursive, and I was taught for 7 years in
People ask for my signature
Catholic
now.
school.
My people ask for my signature now, and I get Bennne, and then it gets kind of sloppier. And then I go to my second name, which is Schwarzman, SCH, and then it's just a line.
Just a line, yeah.
Yeah.
The signature is different. But
Well-
actually, sitting down and writing stuff down, I tell my wife, here, write this up for me because you got good handwriting.
Well, am I right or am I
I'll
wrong?
just
'Cause
print everything in
have
capitals.
You have a young kid that just got out of high school, okay, and went into college, right, Kevin?
Yep.
Did she learn cursive? Or did,
Yes.
Because some places they're not
My
teaching.
kids didn't, and they were in school
Really?
20 years ago.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
There's-
wow.
Yeah, they taught her. She uses it quite often, yeah, and she's got good handwriting too. For a lefty, I mean, I don't even know how there's no lefties in us at all. I think it goes back to my wife's grandfather or maybe great grandfather that was left-handed or something. And she started doing everything left-handed. I go, what's wrong? And she would use her right hand, but she dominated with her left hand.
But I wonder why that happens.
I don't know.
You know,
Something
why
up
do
in the
some
brain.
people are right, some people are left-handed? And as you say,
which
Tom.
side of the brain? Which side of the brain develops?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Tom's a very smart guy. His whatever side of the brain's working for him's doing okay. But it's just that. And you said that you tried to do right-handed, Tom.
They forced my girlfriend to write.
No, not me. Not me. They just gave up on me. They gave up trying to teach me how to write, so I was just left on my own.
Yeah, yeah.
She did it so young. I kept going. Oh, you got the wrong hand. You got the wrong hand, and she would go okay, and she'd try to do it right-handed, and then she'd always grab for the left hand.
Yeah.
So I said, whatever. If
I
you're
don't-
lefty, you're lefty. I think
to
it's
me,
cool.
I don't understand where it was always considered. Oh, you're a lefty. That's bad. And you go,
Why?
well, why?
Yeah.
The only thing wrong with it is you smear when you're printing your ink. Back in the day when they had the fountain pens,
Yeah.
you always smeared, or they had to
Right.
reach around like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
No, it's not a big deal. I mean,
Fountain pens? Is there such
remember
a
fountain
thing?
pens
Is
with
it-
Yeah, you never have found
the ink cartridges.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What is a
is
fountain
such a
pen?
thing anymore?
Remember the
actually,
hole in the desk?
actually,
Yeah.
when I was
Inkwell.
young enough, the fountain pens didn't have like a cartridge that went in there, but it had a bladder.
Yeah, to suck it. Yeah, you
And
pull
then
the
you
thing
would
on the
there was
side to
like
suck
this
it in.
lever, and you would put it in the inkwell, and then you would suck all the ink into the bladder, and it was maybe good for a couple of pages.
Yeah. Did you have oilcloths too in school?
Oilcloths?
Oilcloth. They call them. We all got our own little green oilcloth.
I never had that.
Yeah, first,
either.
second, third, fourth grade, I think it was.
Well,
And we all had to keep them in and put our name on the back of them. Then when we got to school, we put them on our desk and they laid them out like that. It was like a placemat, basically.
Oh.
And they call them oilcloths. And I go, why do they call them oilcloth?
I mean, to me, oilcloth, I think, was like a thing you'd throw down on the ground to collect paint when you were painting a wall or something.
yeah, or check your oil, oilcloth.
Yeah.
Oilcloth.
That's the oilcloth I know.
Here's the thing.
But that's what they call them. I don't know why.
Here's the thing in my
Those are
life.
nuns,
My lifetime that has changed. That has shown how terrible things have become. And by the way, Rebecca, when you listened to me in San Francisco, I don't know how old you were, but I am now 85 years old.
Really?
But who's counting?
But I remember when you were on the radio, everyone was always, whatever age you said you were, everyone was always stunned anyway. So that's stunning.
Yeah, well, the only accomplishment is I'm still above ground level. That's really what it's.
Good enough.
But anyway, what was the point I was going to make? Where was I going with that? Well, I was going somewhere.
Oilcloth,
What?
handwriting, being in school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. People don't remember this. There are some. Do you remember gas stations where 4 guys would come out and clean your car and
Oh, heck yeah.
windshield
My
and
dad
do
owned
the
one.
air
I
and
was
check
one of
under
those
the hood?
guys. Yeah, I was one of those guys.
Man, was that a good time or what?
Yep.
You know.
Cash box was out at the gas pumps.
Yeah, and
My dad had 3 of them stolen.
What?
They just come up and yank it off and take off.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But I
Then
mean,
he had to put it in the office then.
yeah, but
He
I
had to
mean,
walk all the way
every-
back to give change.
Yeah,
and walk off.
every gas station had people who would come out and do all the things to your car, clean the windshield. I mean, and it was like you were starting.
Check
you
your
were at
oil.
you were at a
Check
pit.
the oil,
Yeah.
windshield wipers, tires,
Right.
and anything else they wanted.
Well, you guys did oil under the hood. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. I think that's all they need to really
Check
do.
the air pressure in the tires. They do
Yep.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And you didn't have
Drove
to
me
ask
nuts.
them.
I'd be in the middle of a brake job, and all of a sudden somebody run over that goddamn hose and say, "Ding, ding, ding, ding." Like, I hate that frickin' bell. We'd stick rags in it and
I'll
everything
tell you,
else.
that's something else that's gone.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
little bell that used to ring when you would drive into a gas station.
I used to hate it, but now I'd love to hear it.
Oh, I mean, why don't we open up
remember that.
some gas stations that
They
hail
were run
back
off
to
of
the
air.
days of yore? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
they were run off of the air system.
And in fact, why don't we open one where gas is 20 cents a gallon? So, what was the lowest you remember gas ever at a gas station?
Me, zero.
Jeff?
$8.
$8 a gallon?
That's right. $8 again.
No, I'm saying the lowest you remember it ever being.
That's pretty low.
$8 a gallon?
I
Yeah.
have not seen $8 a gallon gasoline.
The lowest I remember. when
You
I was
mean
little
$8
kid
for
was
a tank full?
$19.
No.
No, not
$8.
$8 a gallon. That's today. And it's not even today. It's about what is it right
Oh,
now?
19 cents a gallon. 19 cents a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine.
I was thinking he was saying
you're right.
cents.
How about you, Kevin? What was the lowest gas you ever saw?
Zero. I didn't have to pay for gas.
Well,
half the
I'd
time.
forget that. Tom,
I remember going up to the gas station on the corner to fill up my mini bike, and it cost me like 21 cents. And that was probably
Okay.
about a half a gallon. So maybe not a half a gallon. It's probably less than that.
Okay.
But yeah, I remember easily. I remember when it switched from 99 cents to $1 a gallon because our
Yeah.
pumps couldn't handle it.
I remember that. Remember when?
Yeah,
that
you always
happened.
had to double the price, and people get so pissed.
Yeah.
How about you, Charlie?
Yeah, I remember it being
19
19 cents a gallon, and when I was like 9 or 10 years old.
How about you, Tom?
I remember in the I never saw it 19, but I remember at the early 70s, a gas war in LA where it was about 21, 22. But when I was growing up, it was generally, let's talk about South Jersey, it was
Yeah.
around 25 to 29 cents a gallon. That's what my father
Okay,
used.
Rebecca, I hate to ask you this question, but how old are you?
I don't know if I'll say I'm 69.
Oh, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No.
You're a child.
Just a child. Yeah.
Just a child. Rebecca, what's the cheapest then that you ever remember gas? I mean, the reason I asked you is so we have a reference for you.
No, that's what I thought, but I don't know because I still don't drive.
Oh,
So
really?
I-
You never drove? Okay. You're in California and you never drove?
No.
God, when you live
No.
in California, the first thing they do when you get to be 15 years of age, 16 years of age, is they put wheels on your feet.
You shove a license
No,
down
I
your throat.
took mandatory driver training, but I got a D minus. And my dad was a cab driver, and he took me out, and I think my siblings were like 10, and they could drive better than me. It just doesn't seem to be something that I need to be doing.
Yeah.
So I've never learned to drive in. So I've never.
Right.
You
Yeah.
mostly drive around, take transit or ride a bike or what?
Yeah. Well, there's always
okay.
public like the Muni
Yeah.
and
Well, San Francisco, you could probably get away with that pretty easily.
Use a
You
way-
always live
Yeah.
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
yeah, except for 1 year in Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there you go.
You can use Waymo.
And now you can. It'll
Yeah,
take your
that-
life in your hands.
Although I've noticed when I cross a street, though, despite what people say about the Waymos, they actually are very attentive to a walker. Of all the drivers, they seem like they stop the most for walkers.
They
You
say
got road
they
people trying
say
to run you over.
they say the Waymos have less problems than normal drivers do.
Yeah.
They may be overly cautious. But anyway, let's get back to the lowest price. Okay, I can beat all of you. I remember 9 cents a gallon.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
Oh,
down
wow.
to 21, 22
And it's
cents.
not because of my age, because when I was growing up, it was like around 20, something like that. But there was something that used to happen when I was younger, and it was called price wars.
Yeah.
And what
Oh,
they would
that's
do is they would
Oh.
have price wars back and forth. Like be two on opposite corners. There'd be two gas stations, and they literally would have a price war, and it
Yeah.
went down to like 9 cents at both gas stations. I remember that,
Yeah.
and part of that is that what happened. There used to be here in the East Coast. They used to have the I think the Standard Oil stations, whatever the brand was. I think it was maybe Esso.
Standard Oil.
Esso.
Standard Oil, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my dad worked for.
And they used to go into price wars because some guy would have a nice little gas station on a corner. It did great business. They were very happy with their little business. You know, they were serving out gas. Everybody went to them. Well, all of a sudden, Standard Oil decides, well, we want to go into comp. We want to put them out of business. So they would get a corner, caddy corner to them, and put in a gas station there. And it wasn't an Esso. It was called what was it called? Red Dog, something like that. And they would set up these gas stations, these Red Dog gas stations, and they would outprice the guy on the other corner. And then when he went out of business, Standard Oil would buy the place and close down
Oh,
the
wow.
Dirty Dog or Red Dog or something like that station.
One of my dad's gas stations was on 19th Avenue by Irving, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Irving, right off of just up from the
I
park.
know what that is.
Yeah, he had one. He had the one down at the very end of the panhandle down by the Great Highway, where the Great Highway in Lincoln is. That used
Oh,
to be his
Yellow
gas
Dog was the
station.
name of the stations. Yellow Dog.
Yeah,
Yellow Dog.
Yeah.
they used to do that all the time between companies too, Standard Oil and Shell, and they would get
Yeah.
4 of those on the corner, and you could see 3 or 4 different prices on one corner. It used to drive us nuts because when you own a gas station, it really wasn't the gas that you were making money off of. That
No.
was just an extra. You work in the back room where you're doing the TBA, tires, brakes, and accessories.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
That's where you make all your money. And then the gas was just a pain in the ass because you'd be in the middle of a brake job and you got to go out there and pump gas. And now they want to lower the price, so you got to lower the price of the other one. My dad got lucky in the one in San Mateo. He was away from all the other gas stations. It was just one within, half a mile each way. So he didn't have to deal with a lot of that
Yeah.
when he finally moved down the Bay Area. But up in the city, he did that shit all the time.
Wow.
Stations would they have? Like 3 of them or
2 or
4?
3 at least.
Sometimes you would actually have 4 corners with 4 gas stations.
Yeah, you could sometimes. We used to have it in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that I never used to get gas in my neighborhood down in the marina because 19th Street, which went down right through the marina,
Avenue.
that was the most traveled
19th Avenue.
street probably in all of San Francisco because it went to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
And
That's where my dad's was.
yeah, and the closer you got to the Golden Gate Bridge, the more expensive the gas was,
Yep.
right? Because
Yep.
everyone, I got to get some before I go across the bridge. All of a sudden, you hit this expensive gas station. But I never got gas in my neighborhood. I went over to Marin, and if you just went off the bridge and then went down into Sausalito, you got great prices, So
Yeah.
yeah, but
They're still going on, but it's weirder now. You can go to a corner and find a good 50, 75 cents difference between Shell and Rotten Robbie or whatever the gas station is
Yeah.
across the street. It just depends on where they buy it at the time. And it goes all over the place because each time a truck goes into the distribution center to get fuel, they're buying it for a certain price, and then they're taking it down to the gas station, and it gets put in the ground, and then it gets marked up that way. I mean, that's why there's always going up and down all the time, plus whatever goes on in the industry itself.
And everybody, of course, remembers the gas wars, except Rebecca, because she never drove. But
I don't remember them.
what were you going to say?
Yeah, I don't remember the gas wars.
Really? Oh, okay. We had them here in New York, big time. Big time.
I made a lot of friends.
Really? Why?
Because I had a gas station.
Yeah,
Like
gas
that.
station.
see.
I could take the key down there and say, okay, get me a couple 12 packs and I'll fill your tank or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Do you know the photographer Bernice Abbott? Do you know her?
Bernie? No.
I mean, she's passed, but she's illustrious. One of my favorite photographs is one of hers of a gas station in New York in, like, I'm going to guess the 50s. It's just so beautiful. It's just...
Oh, in the 50s. Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
What kind of gas station was it? You
I
know?
don't know. I would say Esso, but that might just be because you were mentioning Esso.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful.
What's the one
photo.
here in New York? Maybe Jeff can remember this, or maybe he can't. But because if I can't, he probably can. What's the name of the little toy gas trucks they make up every year that they sell at Christmas time?
Oh, the green ones, the what are they called? I
yeah,
can't remember.
yeah.
Hasso.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about, though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that gas.
No, I don't remember.
Those gas stations were big, but they don't even exist anymore. But they still
No.
sell the little toys with, with the name of the gas on them. So it's
What happens if it's midnight? Is the still selling gas?
What? Yeah, they're still
If
selling gas.
if it's
They sell gas 24 hours a day, don't they? Still?
that's what I'm asking.
Nowadays, yeah.
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 I know some places where the store is closed, but you can still buy gas.
Well, the
yourself.
gas, you put your credit card in there, and you can pump it at any time, 24/7. Maybe that little store they got isn't open, but they're probably going to keep them open because who doesn't go in there and buy a bunch of gum and stupid stuff
Yeah.
like that? But anyway,
Soda and chips, yeah.
yeah, I got to tell you, tomorrow night, I didn't get into it tonight. We're having all kinds of trouble getting our vacation going.
Uh-oh.
Because all of a sudden we can't get the kind of room we want on a cruise, and then she wants to put us on a different cruise with a different set of ports, and it's all getting very depressing. I think I'll just buy a ship, and then
There you go.
we'll be fine. Hey, Rebecca, I hope you'll join us again now that you know how to do it, and maybe
I would look forward to it. So is this at regular times?
This
or
is on.
random?
This particular show is on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at this time.
So that would be what 11 to midnight your time.
That's actually 10:30 to midnight my time.
It's 7:30 to 9 here in the West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's do it. Do it again. I'm glad I let you on here. You know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really glad I hopped into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This is like
we got a theme song
Lovely.
going here. Wait a minute. Let me let the rest of you hear it. Okay. Here, can you hear it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Boy, we had a nice little discussion here. This was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Jeff,
Thank
good
you.
having you here. Good having you here, Kevin. Charlie, terrific. Of course, Tom, you're welcome here anytime. As are you, Rebecca. Please call again. Okay?
yes, thank you. I was very convivial.
I'm very convivial.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I haven't heard that term in years, but I will take conviviality as my absolute thing that I can do best. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay? There they go, folks. That's our citizen panel, and they'll be back again tomorrow night, hopefully, same time. Meanwhile, of course, Amy Manuel is next with her program. She takes Zoom calls too. Just go to gabnet.net, go to column 3, go all the way to the bottom. There's her name. I'm right above it, but go to her name, click on it. That'll take you to her Zoom channel. I'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. But if you see her, of course, as always, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.